Class of 2024, please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Steve Stewart. As principal of Edwardsville High School, it is my honor to welcome family, friends, faculty and staff, Superintendent Dr. Patrick Shelton and his administrative team, School Board President Mrs. Jill Bertles, and the Board of Education members to the Edwardsville High School Class of 2024 commencement ceremony. At this time, I would like to call up our class co-presidents, Quentin and Wyatt Kolensberg, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So for those of you willing and able, please rise for the pledge. Following that, the national anthem will be performed by the EHS Senior Chamber Choirs under the direction of Miss Emily Outwine.
Where's the flag?
Just a second.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the whole of the brave.
Seniors, family, and friends, please be seated. Thank you, Miss Outwine and the EHS Senior Choir. At this time, I would like to recognize any of our graduate candidates who will be joining our armed forces after graduation. So please stand to be recognized. Any senior? Thank you. And at this time, I'd also like anyone in the audience who has served or is currently serving, please stand as well to be recognized. Thank you for making the choice to defend and serve our nation. The music played throughout the processional was incredible, and I want to thank the Edwardsville High School Orchestra under the guidance of Miss Victoria Vumard for their wonderful performance here today. I have a few groups and individuals that I would like to take a moment to thank for helping us put today together and making sure that it was such a incredible, or will be an incredible day for your graduates. First, Director Mr. Josh Ferry, our grounds and maintenance departments, our custodial team, they got this building and the grounds looking sharp for today's ceremony, so thank them. Our very own Eye of the Tiger EHS Broadcasting Group, with the support of Mr. Gene Birdsell and Mr. Levi Antrim, who are broadcasting today's event that is also being streamed on our YouTube channel, so thank you guys. This day wouldn't be possible without Mr. Jonas Scheckler and our EHS stage crew, who provided the stage construction, sound, lighting, and the audio to support this event. The Edwardsville and Glen Carbon Police Departments, along with Madison County Sheriff's Department, they've contributed throughout the year to support our mission here at EHS, and then today to make sure that things have gone smoothly, so thank them. Ms. Jody DeVries and our FFA students for providing us with the flowers that you see on the stage here today. Mr. Rick Brewer of Rick's Picks for providing photography throughout the ceremony. And lastly, I want to thank my administrative team along with the EHS secretaries for their contributions to this event. And in particular, I would like to thank my secretary, Mrs. Lindsay Shaw, for her work to make sure that today is a memorable one for our grads. So again, good afternoon, class of 2024. It is great to see you all. Welcome to our guests, and congratulations on getting a ticket, because this ticket here is just about as hard to get as a Taylor Swift era tours ticket, so we're glad you can make it in. And for those of you watching at home, welcome. I would also like to remind our guests that this is a joyous but formal occasion, one that we take with great respect and dignity. Our graduate candidates have toiled for many years to make it to this moment in time. So with that, we ask that you respectfully demonstrate your admiration for their accomplishments throughout this commencement ceremony. 4 years ago, EHS implemented the Laude system for student recognition. This is the first class to come up through that new system. This allows students to focus on their educational value of their class selection and allows them to take a broad range of classes without worrying about losing class ranking or status because of a class not being weighted. The standards to reach these levels are set extremely high, and earning a chord is truly an accomplishment. Roughly 12% of this graduating class will receive the cum laude honors for having a GPA of 4.0 to 4.29. 7% of the class will receive magna cum laude honors for having a GPA of 4.3 to 4.59. And finally, about 4% of the graduating class will receive summa cum laude honors for having a GPA above 4.6. They will be recognized as groups in a moment, but at this time I'd like to give them a round of applause as our first class of Laude students. And at this time, I would like to introduce our school board president, Mrs. Jill Bertels.
Good afternoon to the graduates, their parents, guardians, relatives, friends, teachers, and the staff from EHS. On behalf of the Board of Education, I would like to congratulate this class of 2024. My fellow board members that are here today, if you please stand, Ms. Terry Della Riva, Mrs. Jennifer Brumbach, and Mr. Bob Patey. The board members who were unable to make it today are Kristen Fund, Lynn Sanderson, and Scott Ahart. I'd like to thank them for their service as well. Today is a day of reflection and celebration for those who are graduating. Each of you have navigated your way through the halls at EHS. You've surrounded yourself with others who have common interests and similar goals as you have. You found these friends after joining a club, belonging to a team, attending a class with a favorite teacher, or spending time outside of school. And now you are graduating and ready to explore endless opportunities. Before you take that next step, I ask you to appreciate those friends you have depended on along the way. Be sure to thank them for the part that they have played to make your high school experience complete. These also include your family and others who have prepared you for the next chapter. Graduates, would you please join me in thanking those special people in your lives who are here with us today by giving them a round of applause. Some of you will enter the workforce, some will continue your education, while others have chose to serve our country through the military service. Again, your opportunities are endless. So cherish the memories and the friendships that you have made and learn from the lessons that you have had. Use today as a new beginning and a positive opportunity to dream and make a positive impact on the world. We, the board, congratulate you, and we can't wait to see what you will accomplish. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Bertles. Please welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Patrick Shelton.
Thank you, Dr. Stewart, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to be on this stage with our Board of Education, our school, and our district leaders, as well as our outstanding faculty and staff to commemorate this important achievement today. Your presence in this room is the reason that each of us on this stage are here, to provide an environment where you can be successful and ultimately leave the walls of District 7 and move on to your next adventure. It's been a privilege for District 7 to be a part of your educational journey, a journey filled with wonderful memories of those who have supported you. Throughout your education, along the last 4 years of your journey, you've celebrated state championships, recognitions for performances regionally and statewide, and engaged in learning while figuring yourself out as young adults in a post-pandemic world. I hope that during your time in District 7, you've been able to form relationships, hope you've experienced teamwork, and learned a few things about yourself. As I reflect on my own experiences from the past several years, there are two things I'd like to share with you as you prepare to walk out the doors of Edwardsville High School as a student for the last time. First, I hope you learned that hard work pays dividends beyond your imagination. This class contains students who have excelled in so many ways: growing programs, starting programs, celebrating championships, and ultimately proving through your work why Edwardsville High School is such a success story. When we look back at championships, AP scores, student performances, and everything that you have accomplished, remember, you have proven that hard work that you put into can yield fabulous results. Secondly, it's important that you know that each of you is cared by people who are in your circle. When one of my daughters was a senior, someone told us that the relationship with your child is just preparing them to leave your house and live out on their own. While that may not be the case in your household, it's important that you know that each of you has a group of people that are willing to move mountains and provide assistance, help when needed, and help you attack obstacles so that we can help you find success in a world where success is not always easy to find. You've had parents, guardians, grandparents, coaches, teachers, directors, administrators, board members, and others advocate for you throughout your school career. As you leave this place, don't forget that all those people are still here to advocate, to cheerlead, to celebrate, and pick you up if you fall. As you experience those successes outside of District 7, don't forget to share them with the people who care about you. We want to know the good things happening and that when you need someone, we're still in your corner even after you leave. Last year, Sterling K. Brown provided the graduates of Washington University with their commencement address. And at the end of his speech, he talked about what happens after you graduate. So what happens? You leave. You move on to your next educational experience. You join the military, you enter the workforce. But for the most part, you leave to try to figure out who you are in this big, vast world. As you go to whatever your next adventure is, you're going to encounter people who help you discover more of yourself, and you'll grow in the experiences that you have with them. Your time in District 7 has been a part of a larger story. Success on the field, successful musicals, success in the classroom, and stories of success wherever you have chosen to spend your time. Your story doesn't end today, it actually starts. As you take the next step in your path, make choices that allow you to be bold, to stand out, and take risks. Remember, you can do hard things, and people care about you more than you'll ever realize. So what advice did Sterling K. Brown have about moving forward? He said, and I quote, "So what's next? We continue to mine the depths of the soul as we explore the vastness of the universe. We replace fear with curiosity, knowing that growth requires discomfort. And we step away from home, knowing that you will always be welcomed back." Congratulations, class of 2024, and remember, you will always be welcome back to District 7. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shelton. Student leadership comes in many forms, whether it's the vocal leaders who are out front or the quiet leaders who are behind the scenes making sure everything stays on track. They are the fundamental force that helps to shape the culture of a school. And this senior class is full of leaders who help guide this class through this year. Your class co-presidents have worked closely with the administration this year in an attempt to support and celebrate this graduating class. I am pleased to introduce Wyatt and Quentin Collinsberg, class of 2024 co-presidents, who would like to share a few words with us today.
Just have a few brief words I'd like to say. Oh, and before I start, shout out to the girls soccer team who's at the state tournament right now. They're playing right now, and I believe the last time I checked the score was 1-1. Olivia Collinsberg, Brenna Archer, Kelly Flannery, and Kylie Peel, 4 seniors who were there missing their graduation to represent the school. So give you a round of applause. Change. When I tried to think of one word that would sum up our entire 4 years here, only one word came to mind: change. Over the last 4 years of high school, our lives have changed drastically. When coming into high school, we didn't know what was going to happen to us. For all we knew, we would never have another normal year of school again. But as time went on, life started to throw more change our way. Classes started to seem normal again. Hanging out with friends started to seem normal again. Life was starting to seem normal again. But we were still wearing masks and following other safety protocols, and it just never felt right. For me, though, the first truly normal year of school was senior year. The first year where the idea of maybe going into lockdown again wasn't always on my mind. So finally, senior year was here. Finally, normal high school was here. And just as quick as it came, it went by even quicker. And before I knew it, everyone was deciding on colleges and receiving scholarships and taking the first steps into the next chapter of their lives. Being a kid seemed over for a lot of us. And a new part of our lives were starting to begin. All of this goes to say that change in our lives is inevitable, whether we like it or not. Sometimes it may be for the better or sometimes for the worse. But no matter what life throws your way, you have to roll with the punches. As JFK once said, "Do not pray for easier lives, pray to be stronger men and women." And as life goes on for us, we must not hope that things get better and dwell on the good old days. No, we must persevere and make this world our own. I have full confidence that every single person in this class will do just that. We have become so accustomed to change in our lives that this next chapter will be nothing but a breeze, and the world will be bettered by all of you. We've done it, we're graduating, and that's not something to be taken lightly. I know some of you may think it is not a big deal, but it really is. Thank you for being, in my opinion, one of the best classes this high school has ever seen. And keep being awesome for your lives to come. And I know I haven't said many words of wisdom, but I have just one. And if you're going to take anything away from this speech, take this. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2024.
All right. Good evening, parents, guardians, teachers, and last but not least, my fellow classmates. Today marks a milestone some of you have been hoping would come for your whole life, and others hoped would never come. Today, you will walk away as graduated high school students. This marks the ending of your introduction into becoming adults, but steps into the next chapter of your lives, and I can't wait to see what that has in store for each and every one of you. I want to congratulate you all for the hard work you've put yourselves through that's allowed you to walk across this stage. For some of you, that meant studying every day like clockwork, perhaps staying up till 4 in the morning to write a 15-page paper. And for others, just showing up, wandering the hallways, and talking to your friends at lunch. Either way, you prevailed, and I'm proud of you. And I hope you continue to work hard. Over the past 12 years in the Edwardsville School District, I've spent my years growing up with most of you. Some of you I started out with in Miss Martin's class at Goshen. Others I met along the way. All right. I want to thank you for the many great memories I've shared with you over the years, such as the times Dr. Hightower delivered us popsicles in elementary school, playing pickup football games behind the bleachers under the Friday night lights, dancing at EHS's first ever outside homecoming our sophomore year, and many more amazing memories. A senior speech wouldn't be complete without a quote, so here we go. A wise man once said, "I've soared with the eagles, and I've slithered with the snakes, and I've been everywhere in between." And there's one guarantee in life, and that is that there are no guarantees. That wise man was the macho man, Randy Savage. Now, the prominent meaning behind this quote is that nothing in today's world is given. You can't just show up and expect to be given anything you want. If you truly want to achieve your goals, then you have to work hard for it, battle through adversity, and seize any and all opportunities for success. So, with that, class of 2024, I thank you for all you've done, and I wish you good luck in your future. For those about to rock, we salute you.
Thank you, Quentin and Wyatt. You guys can. Our student council does so much to support the school through hosting other events such as homecoming, senior sunrise and sunset, Mr. EHS. That's just to name a few. Student council also does a lot to provide our community with support through fundraising that goes towards keeping our food pantries, local food pantries, and our unified sports programs up and running. The students that make up StuCo are all dedicated, and they're led by their president, Jacob McKee. So at this time, I'd like to bring Jacob up to address his classmates.
Hello and welcome, class of 2024 and family. Today is the day, and as I look out onto this crowd, I am filled with pride to have the opportunity to address this beautiful array of people, most of whom I have known all of my life. You all should be proud of your accomplishments, and families and friends, you should be proud of the amazing people you all have sculpted. I am writing this because things are changing. We are all turning the page on this large chapter of our lives with the goals of writing more exciting, more adventurous novels of the future, whether it be at universities across the country, the workforce, the military, or whatever other path you are embarking on. This change is fairly uncomfortable, as we all are scared to be moving away from friends and family we have known our whole life. Friends we have known since the time of playdates and summer bonfires, all the way to more recent times of college tours and homecoming dances. Family that has been there for us for all the late night advice, the games, the performances, all of it, no matter what. So I'm taking this time now to say thank you to my mom and dad and family, without whom I would not be up here giving this speech. You have been the ultimate role models for me, as you have uplifted and inspired me to be confident in myself and have given me the courage to take on any challenge thrown my way, including the challenging changes ahead in the next couple of months. Oh, hold on. The most important lesson, sorry, I thought I was out of order. The most important lesson I've learned about change is that it always kind of leaves us where we started. Once we are finally comfortable with the last change, a new one always meets us on the other side. As I approach a new chapter, I begin to flip back to the pages I have dog-eared in the book of my past. I use these highlighted moments as tips and tricks for any new challenge coming my way. Throughout the last 4 years, we have all forged memories and life-changing skills that will last with us forever, whether you know it or not. Some of those skills for me have been a super fast walk gained from my time as student council president, heavy lifting skills given to me by the backpack I have carried with me these 4 years, or the skills it takes to make a pretty mean Quizlet that I have been honing my entire academic career. However, none of these skills or achievements really mean anything in comparison to the most important parts of what I have learned. Many of you have known me for a long time, whether it be you knew me all the way back in my big square glasses phase, or if you met me a few years back through the lens of a 7 a.m. Zoom lesson, most likely seconds after I just rolled out of bed. The thing is that it's human nature to try to quickly sum up any person upon meeting them. Often, a first impression is a bigger deal than we think, and for many of us, we had those first impressions early on in life. But we all know that people change a lot. What's hard about knowing people since you were a kid is that sometimes growth is stagnant as you feel trapped by what others have categorized you as. For me, I often let these outside perspectives start to negatively cultivate my own inward perspective. This is where my biggest pieces of advice derive from. As you usher in this new phase of life, you're going to meet a whole cast of new people. With these new characters of your life, each will make their own assumptions about you, rightly or wrongly. However, what's great is that in this new chapter, you have a fresh start where you determine your identity, not others. If someone decides you are something that you are not, it is only you who can change that. What I'm saying is that you are writing the story. You get to decide what you let define you, no one else. This lesson goes both ways though. In this new chapter, you are responsible for how you act towards others. So when you meet these new people, keep open minds. Accept each new person for who they are and see past first impressions. Treat people kindly, embrace failures, but don't let them define you. Tell your family you love them and call your mom every week. And Grandma, if you're watching, I won't forget to call you also. Lean on your amazing family and friends for this last summer together. I know for me, I spent the last 4 years pining away to get good grades and have the best college application I could have. However, as much as I am proud of these things, that's not what high school is about. It's about getting Annies with your best friends on a Sunday night. It's about dancing in the kitchen on a Saturday with your grandparents and cousins. It's about driving with the windows down, screaming the lyrics of your favorite song after school. As Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you'll miss it. So for this next chapter, it's up to you to look around once in a while and truly embrace these kinds of moments. Because sometimes when a chapter closes, it can't be reopened. I spent too much of my time here letting things or other people that were out of my control define me. And that is time I can't undo. However, we all get to restart as soon as we walk past the stage. So despite how cliche it may sound, who are you going to become after you awkwardly smile with your diploma for a Rick's Picks photo op? Imagine yourself however you want to be, because you can become it. We are a graduating class made up of innovative academic minds, athletic champions, masters of the musical performing arts, kind and empathetic souls, and overall, strong and confident change makers. As I finish writing this, I'm reminded of some final lyrics written by Taylor Swift herself that I hope can act as a thesis to this speech. I want to be defined by the things that I love, not the things I hate, not the things I'm afraid of, not the things that keep me up in the middle of the night. I just think you are what you love. Class of 2024, I hope this speech urged you to do great things, but I already know you will either way. Go get 'em, Tigers, and go blue. Wait, hold on. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. And the Go Blue obviously is going towards his University of Michigan enrollment that he'll be heading to in a few weeks. So congratulations, Jacob, and thank you for your speech. Class of 2024, welcome to your day. It has been an exciting year that I hope has given you many great memories and is culminating with this milestone event, and I thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. Many of you have had the pleasure of knowing me for about 7 years now, dating back to our middle school beginnings, and I distinctly remember your first 6th grade fling, you guys jumping around goofily to Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA. Since then, these 7 years have seemed to have flown by. We have celebrated successes and commiserated setbacks, but this class has always kept moving forward, well, except for a couple weeks ago at prom when I walked into the ballroom to see you guys jumping around goofily to Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA. And while I would never pick a favorite class, especially since this is being recorded, the class of 2024 has set the bar high for classes that follow. And while you have done that, you've also been great role models for them. It is my hope that those classes follow in your footsteps and continue to move EHS forward. But please, as you move on from EHS and continue to grow, never stop dancing goofily. At this time, let us please welcome the class of 2024's Summa Cum Laude representative, Abigail Stacy, who will share a few thoughts with the class.
I forgot to wear my heels, so give me a minute while I adjust these. Yeah. Oop. Can't take me anywhere. Okay, think that should be good. Awesome. Hi, friends. Before I start my speech, I want to conduct a brief poll. You know, I thought we'd exercise our new voting abilities. I'm assuming you've all registered to vote, so this should be fine. Regardless, raise your hand if you'd like to hear a speech about the pandemic. Give you a second to think on it. If you want, you can put your heads down like we do in class so you don't see what other people vote. So many hands. Okay. Who would like to hear the word unprecedented? Again, raise your hand. All right. The lack of hands either means you already hate this speech, or we agree that we're tired of pandemic talk. I'll assume the latter for my self-esteem. So, good. It looks like we're on the same page. Let's talk about our future instead. This senior class is full of innovators, leaders, champions, and humanitarians. You're surrounded by athletes, performers, volunteers, club presidents, and straight-A students. Let's be honest, though. Who is just trying to survive these last 4 years? Now, many of you may be ready to leave anything tying you to EHS behind. You're ready to impulsively dye your hair, get piercings your parents won't approve of, and completely change who you are the minute this ceremony is over. I'm right there with you. Please contact me after the ceremony if you can help me dye my hair. I believe our eagerness to leave EHS behind is exactly what will prepare us wherever we end up. For those of you who slept through biology during our freshman year, a quick refresher. When confronted with a new environment, a species must adapt lest it migrate or die out. Congrats! The class of 2024 is that species. Fear not. I'd like to remind you that we're ready for the future. Let's do another poll. Who here thinks they're exactly the same person they were walking in on their very first day at EHS? I really hope we're all still on the same page and you're not just tired of raising your hands after 4 years. Clearly, we're already pros at adapting. 4 years ago, new environment. Yet, we've all found our niche. So, here's to new environments, whether it's a dorm room, boot camp, trade school, or study abroad. Or, humor me while I wax philosophical, that new environment could be within. I'm sure you've all begun checking your watches, wondering when this speech will be over. Luckily, that's exactly what I want you to do. Unlike an unfortunate species faced with a new environment with no forewarning, the class of 2024 is fully aware that everything is about to change. Senioritis has run its course, telling me that we're on the brink of our future. So, please continue to check your watches, fidget in your seat, and daydream about the months to come. Every ounce of anxious energy focused on leaving EHS should be channeled into our future. While we may not know exactly what life will be like tomorrow, next month, or next year, this class has adapted many times before, and our eagerness to leave shows we're prepared for any challenge. High school has trained us well. Our freshman selves probably couldn't imagine the lives we've chosen to create. After this ceremony, we have the opportunity to again create our lives, to choose how we adapt. Our time here was special, full of achievement, friendships, and growth. However, it's time to get out of here. I'm so excited to leave. I'm just stumbling over my words. New environments, here we come. We're ready, very ready, to leave this concrete box. Now, I ask just 3 things of you before I go. First, as we go out into the world, let's promise each other to never say the word unprecedented again. Second, always remember that you've adapted before and you're ready to do it again. Last, but certainly not least, thank everyone you see today. Grandparents, teachers, administrators, guardians, staff, and everyone in between. Thank you for participating in my polls and laughing sympathetically at my jokes. Also, see me after if you know a good piercer. Thanks.
Thank you, Abigail. Graduate candidates, as I call each of the following groups, please stand to be recognized. Then you may be seated as I call upon the next group. National Merit Commended. National Honor Society. Illinois State Scholars. National English Honor Society. National Math Honor Society. National Science Honor Society. National Art Honor Society. Our French, Spanish, and German Honor Societies. Our Silver Medallion recipients, who are the top 8% of the graduating class. Business Professionals of America. Tri-M Music Honor Society. International Thespian Society, Troop 1534. Margaret Patey and Joseph Viox, who scored a perfect 36 on their ACT test. Our class officers. Top 10% of the class. Those who have earned state commendation towards biliteracy. Those who have earned the state seal of biliteracy. Our junior grads. Our cum laude honorees. Our magna cum laude honorees. And our summa cum laude honorees. Thank you. Each year, our seniors select readers for the commencement ceremony, and this year, the class of 2024 has selected Mrs. Sari Kanabi and Mr. Keith Baker to be our honored readers. We understand that graduation day is just as exciting for parents, guardians, and family members as it is for the graduates themselves. However, out of respect for our graduates and to ensure that all families are able to enjoy their child's graduation, we want to encourage our guests to remain seated while the graduates receive their diplomas. I also ask that you please hold your applause and celebration until everyone's name has been read. Loud celebrations will drown out the next graduate's name, and we want to make sure all students' names can be heard by their families. Members of the Board of Education and Superintendent Dr. Shelton, I hereby certify that these students have met all of the state of Illinois and Edwardsville High School requirements for graduation, and I proudly present to you Edwardsville High School class of 2024. At this time, I will turn the program over to Mrs. Kanabi and Mr. Baker.
Amina Abdul Rashid, magna cum laude. Andrew Anthony Atchison. Isabella Joy Aguilar. Avery Suzanne Alaria, magna cum laude. DeMonte Armand Allen. Malik Adris Allen. Tyler Clay Allison. Thomas Rodney Almos. Chase Leonard Allwart, cum laude. Owen Zachary Anderson. Amira Joy Andreas, magna cum laude. Sydney Reese Andrews, magna cum laude. Andrew Christopher Engel, cum laude. Morgan Clara Engel. Joshua Anoki. Brenna Ray Archer. Bryn Addison Arico. Noah Aaron Armstead. Janaya Janae Shalia Arterbridge. Melanie Arzola. Bennett Joseph Babington. Camille Amaya Baldwin. Henry Edward Barton. Ella Grace Basarich, magna cum laude. Ridge Lawson Bachelor. Isabella Marie Bauer. Kirby Adair Bautista Sanchez. Avery Victoria Beatty. Anissa Nicole Beavers.
Hope Christine Becker. Ruby Joan Beckwith. Josie Kathleen Beatty. Maria Elizabeth Beltrame, cum laude. Jacob Matthew Benson. Tyler Abe Burke-Bigler. Austin James Burlman. Bryce Allen Byers. Landon Iande Americo Bickham. Morgan Ann Billicky, cum laude. Taylor Gray Billingsley. Autumn Marianne Black. Millie Isabel Black. Grace Isabella Blakemore. Shane Micah Blankenship, cum laude. Avery Tay Blasky. Ariona Marie Blumgren. Brooke Alyssa Ann Blythe. Samantha Marie Bach. Broderick Harrison Bowman. Ava Penelope Bonensteel. Carter Stephen Bowman. Caden Anthony Bosco. Shannon Elizabeth Bostick. Antonio Deontay Box. Audrey Elizabeth Boyer. Isabella Grace Boyer. Adam Jeffrey Boykin.
Kirk Martwan Bradley. Frederick Carl Bramstead. Nola Quinn Brandmeier, Summa Cum Laude. Kaylee May Brandon, Cum Laude. Kendall William Brandon. Alexandra Katerina Braundmeier. Sarah Beth Annette Grader. Aiden Nathaniel Breeding. Andrea Elizabeth Nicole Brenner. Bly Owen Brickman. Kellen Ahmad Brunfrey. Luke Stephen Brockmeyer. Cameron Emerson Brown. Dalton Jeffrey Thomas Brown, cum laude. Deacon Edwin Brown. Skylar Mackenzie Nadine Brown. Briley Kenna Bruninga. Gracie Ann Bryan. Austin Robert Bryant. Riley Jackson Bryant. Tyler Scott Buchanan. Brady Bryant Buckley. Austin Chase Budwell. Abigail Marie Bookvac. Elise Taylor Burke, cum laude. Evan Charles Berkey. Kaylin Care Bursey. Hope Marie Fawn Buster. Sky Brenton Bird.
Paige Elizabeth Byrne. Andrew George Byron. Brady Adam Campbell, summa cum laude. Madeline Nicole Campbell. Jackson Ryan Carroll. Lucas Jeremy Cecil. Troy Scott Chenault. Sydney Lynn Chung, summa cum laude. Chase May Shrenka, summa cum laude. Caleb Irwin Christian. Avery Morgan Klein, cum laude. Megan Nicole Cobb. Graham LaRue Cubgolage. Cameron Sorrell Cole. Olivia Lynn Cole. Yuritsa Yanette Canejo. Logan Parker Conry. Elisa Eloise Cook. Dayton Skylar Cook. Hayden William Cook, cum laude. Michael Cook. Kayla Joanne Cooper, cum laude. Avery Copeland. Laura Sophia Cortez. Samuel Robert Cowling. William Arthur Cowling, cum laude. Mackenzie Elizabeth Cromer. Stephen Russell Croney. Christopher Jameer Crosby. Carter Joseph Crow.
Thomas Indiana Czar Kellenberger. Gabriel Christian Cesar. Carter Tristan James Cunningham. Jacob Ryan Curry. Royce Patrick Daly. Chloe Elise Danielson. Caitlin Suzanne Davis. Sarah Margaret Davis, magna cum laude. Sydney Lee Davis, summa cum laude. Samuel Lawrence Dawson. Ian Matthew Dean. Leah Avery DiConcini, summa cum laude. Declan Charles Delgado, magna cum laude. Joseph Wilson Demare. Etta Naz Demirer, cum laude. Sophia Elizabeth DeMolin. Caitlin Faith DeFries, summa cum laude. Tess Isabel DeWeese. Tyler William DeWitt. Caitlin Kinsey Dix. Leslie Vernal Dixon. Easton Arthur Dingman. Sydney Page Mahusky, cum laude. Riley Elise Dodd. Erin Maeve Donaldson. Gabrielle Dumas. Shane Allen Dustman.
Whitney Olivia Dykeman. Jade Farrell Dynamic. Christopher Robert Eddy. Curtis Jeremiah Allen. Sydney Ray Eldridge. Reginald Ellis Elijah. Jose Antonio Emmanuel. Kenya Paula Espinoza Hernandez. Jake Robert Esner. Vincent Carter Esner. Justin Dale Ethington. Parker Jude Eyre. Ella Grace Fanning, cum laude. Lex Marcus Farnworth. Kara Elise Feather, cum laude. Clayton Michael Fico. Dominic Edward Fetterman. Kaylee Ann Finazzo. Seth Ethan Finazzo. Kelly Ann Flannery, cum laude. Noah Lee Foley. Alex Stephen Fox. Daniel Alessandro Fuentes. Christopher Dominique Fuller. Bronson Parker Lane Furry. Amarie Lee Garrett. Kent Michael Garwood. Caroline Ruth Gates. Georgia Kathleen Gahn, magna cum laude. Alexander Yao Gu, summa cum laude.
Lucas Brian Gebhardt. Silas Michael Gaynor. Brian Matthew Geisen. Bridget Mora Geldert. David Andrew Geldemacher. Bryn Meredith Gent. Gavin Arthur Elijah Garrick. Benjamin Thomas Jaguar. Madison Jade Gill. Hayden Bradley Gillum. Connor Joseph Gocklin. Emilio Gomez Garcia, cum laude. Madeline Drew Goodman. Grace Aaron Goodwin. Sarah Catherine Goy, summa cum laude. Aidan Christopher Graham. Dayton James Greco. Justin Montrez Griffin. Cole Andrew Griffith. Julia Grimm. Betty Goody Pratt. Nevin Michael Getterman. Tara Nicole Gustafson. Gavin Dean Gutman, cum laude. Joseph James Huey Hain. Devonte Teron Hairston. Nolan Edward Michael Halford. Claire Elizabeth Hammond. Tyler Jason Hampton. Jemiah Danae Handy.
Gracie Ann Hanks. Taylor Grace Hanks. Natalie Sophia Hanlon Highsmith. Jeremiah Grant Harmon, magna cum laude. Ryan Watson Harrison. Connor Lawrence Hartman. Isabella Brianne Hartman. Alessia May Harvadich. Blake Christopher Harvey. Shabazz Syed Hassan. Zoe Grace Hathorn. Elijah Matthew Hawk, summa cum laude. Jillian Grace Hawks, cum laude. Shayla Snell Hebenstreet. Michael William Hedge. Grace Ann Lydia Hepke. Jessica Nicole Heidersheim. Alessia Lynn Heiser, magna cum laude. Ella Marie Helmkamp. Eugene Dwight Helms. Nicholas Evan Helton. Abigail Charlene Hendricks. Adeline Elizabeth Hendricks. Julianne Victoria Hendricks. David James Hensley. Nicholas Lee Henson. Judith Josephine Herbrexmeyer. Lillian Paige Hernandez, magna cum laude. Elliot Knox Herndon. Macy Isabel Hildebrand, cum laude.
Anna Marie Hill, magna cum laude. Scott Richard Hinko. Hannah Grace Hitt. Jaden Malik Hodges. Sean Evan Holscher. Kaylin Nicole Hainig. Dominic Wyatt Holon. Sophia Renee Holobaugh. Suri Vinay Hopkins. Belle Marie Horsfall. Emma Elizabeth Hostow. Samuel Tyler House. Colin Wade Houston. Dwayne Hong Huang. Huye Huang, summa cum laude. Kate Jiachi Huang, summa cum laude. Brooklyn Lily Huber. Erica Michelle Hudson. Lucas James Hubner. Ellie Nicole Hughes. Colton James Hulme. William Patrick Hunt. William Samuel Hunt. Marley Grace Hunter. Kelsey Nicole Hurley. Hannah Joanne Hutchinson. Faith Marie Jackson. Jamil Adriana Jackson. Lillian Nicole Jarman. Rain Christian Jennings.
Abby Grace Johns. Olivia Marie Johns. Ella Malin Johnson. Hayden Dane Johnson. Jason James Johnson. Joseph Dion Johnson. Kylie Rose Johnson, cum laude. Larry DeMarco Johnson. Sanaa Kennedy Johnson. Delaney K. Jones. DeMarco Lamont Jones. Elizabeth Iman Jones, magna cum laude. Penelope Danae Jones. Andrew Jacob Ubelt. Gabrielle Reese Kaburik. Megan K. Kalb, cum laude. Leah Campworth, cum laude. Sienna Capilla. Camden Gunner Kelly. Ryan James Kimmy, cum laude. Justice D. Kincaid. Joshua Jordan Kirk. Grace Marie Kirkpatrick, cum laude. Kirsten Leanne Klaus. Sarah Lee Klunk. Megan Taylor Knobloch, cum laude. Lori Jean Koenig. Olivia Ann Kolnsberg. Quentin Earl Kolnsberg. Wyatt Eden Kolnsberg.
Eliana Ledette Coons. Paul Anthony Kostich. Kristen Joanne Cramp. Audrey Elizabeth Kuzmizak, magna cum laude. Noah Warren Laficus. Jillian Louise Lane. Erin Elizabeth Lang, magna cum laude. Mia Rose Laughlin. Emily Grace Lawrence. Kenzie Sophia Libro. Aiden Scott Leninger. Taryn Renee Lentz. Dylan Vincent Matthew Leonard. Peyton A. Levasseur. Skylar Amadeus Lewis. Tate Michael Lewis. Ivy Hongshang Lin. Maria Noel Linden, magna cum laude. Sadie Marie Lippold. Nathan John Loftus. Ava Rose Lopman. Janet Lopez Mendoza. Moray Serene Love. Madeline Elizabeth Lloyd, cum laude. Maya Abigail Luking. Isaac Patrick Lutjohn. William David Lukowski.
Jaden Nicole Luster. Lauren Grace Lyerla. Tristan Alvin McKenzie. Richard Tanner Madison. Jonas Dayton Mailer, cum laude. David Robert Mackler. Jessica Beth Manley. Zeke Edward Manning. Alec Joseph Marchetto. Tucker Joseph Marks. Sarah Elizabeth Marty. Danford Fitch Mason. Hannah Marie Mattarelli. Jenna Rose Mayfield. Brendan Thomas McCauley. Lily Rose McLean, summa cum laude. Evan Kenneth Cholsu McCormick. Caroline Susan McCutcheon. Ryan Alexander McGeehan. Colin Bove McGinnis. Jacob Paul McKee, summa cum laude. Elijah B. McKissick. Liam Matthew McLean. Tristan Dennis McMean. Reese Ellis McNamara. Evan Michael McNaughton. Duncan Orrin McCrae, cum laude. Emma Nicole McCrae. Justin Robert McCrae. Julia Ann Malosi, magna cum laude.
Hannah Renee Menges. Courtney Eunice Meredith. Mason James Mersinger, cum laude. Catalina Marie Meyer. Christopher Allen Meyer, cum laude. Lily Grace Millard. Kira Walker Miller, magna cum laude. Max Norton Miller, magna cum laude. Allison K. Mills, cum laude. Caden Ann Milton. Jaden Colin Mowerline. Robert Caesar Molina, summa cum laude. Colleen Meadow Moore, magna cum laude. Evan Michael Moore. Kyle Robert Moore. Alyssa Drew Morningstar. Brett Jacob Moss, summa cum laude. Patience Jaylee Mossberg. Elvira Celeste Mujica. Drew Adam Murphy, summa cum laude. Bryce Owen Myers. Edison James Rodan Myers. Blake Brendan Napier. Paige Liv Neal. Daniel Scott Nelson. Colin William Niepert. Zachary Patrick Noga. Adrian William Knoll. Hunter Joshua Olson.
Para Onal, magna cum laude. Haley Ann Onweiler, magna cum laude. Cameron David Orban. Cohen Scott Osborne, cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Ostrowski. Grace Estelle Ort. Jamil Cortez Owens. Mallory K. Pallas. Iris Victoria Palmier. Winston Pan, cum laude. Ella Lane Pananon, cum laude. Presley Dane Parker. Eloisa Pasoni de Lima, cum laude. Mendi Pritesh Patel. Shivani Rupesh Patel, cum laude. Emma Kathleen Patrick, summa cum laude. Margaret Adelaide McFessel Patey, magna cum laude. Adam Michael Pavlinik. Dylan Alexis Peel, cum laude. Kaylee J. Peel. Molly Kate Peel. Jesus Giovanni Peralta Cruz. Maximilian Taeyang Perum, cum laude. Benjamin James Perolfi. Eric Christian Peterson, magna cum laude. Jesse Michael Phillips. Taliana K. Shante Phillips Hollingsworth. Magdalene Rose Pfeiffer, cum laude. Aurora Elizabeth Downs Pilkington.
Jaron Pirtle. Mia Jude Pleggy, cum laude. Emily Lynn Pollock. Rebecca Ann Pope. Owen Carter Powell. Ella Catherine Proctor, magna cum laude. Carson Ivy Puckett. Edwin Vargas. Ava Jade Raymond, magna cum laude. Sophia Zella Rankin, cum laude. Austin Manuel Rappa. Scott Benjamin Davis Rapian. Cameron K. Rica, magna cum laude. Matthew Garrett Reams. Alexander Michael Reed, cum laude. Ash Reed, cum laude. Ella K. Reed. Jezreel Reed. Kira Reed. Harrison Bryce Reed Parker. Leland Daniel Rising. Kelsey Marie Renth, magna cum laude. Joseph Asher Rice. Thomas Ethan Rice. Carter Warren Rives. Marij Tariq Rizvi. Wyatt Jordan Rollins. Zoe Jane Roney. Tennyson Jacob Rose.
Claire Elizabeth Roseman. River Camden Eli Roseman. Abigail Madison Ross, cum laude. Allison Marie Ross. Maya Evan Rowe. Daniel Nelson Sebastian Sanchez. Magali Sanchez Mendoza. Genevieve Rose Sanders. Paige Elise Sanders. Alexa Jamie Shad, cum laude. Hunter Joseph Schleter. Owen Tucker Schoenweiss. Emma Margaret Schrimpf. Trey Allen Schroeder. Megan Gail Schulte. Danielle Elizabeth Schwab. Sydney Ray Schwagler. Jack Ryan Schwab. Spencer Douglas Schwab, cum laude. Alec Andrew Skrenshuk, summa cum laude. Eric Peter Skrenshuk, magna cum laude. Eleanor Claire Sidabaris. Kaltrina Salimi. Noah Brink Semeth. Caden Timothy Sexton. Alexis Marie Seymour, magna cum laude. Avery Marie Shaw, cum laude. Nicholas Todd Shaw. Livia Ann Sheely.
Symphony Shelton. Evan David Shepard. Claire Elizabeth Lucille Sherfy. Sonia Shariar, cum laude. Mari Camille Short. Joseph Sibley IV. Preston Craig Sido. Sahildeep F. Singh. Richard Edward Skiff. Hudson Andrew Slagle. Sean Allen Slemmer. Carson Christopher Smichael, magna cum laude. Abigail Smith. Grant Sloan Smith, cum laude. Isabella Rose Smith. Jack S. Smith. Ryan Christopher Smith. Rudy Daniel Specht. Anna Marie Spohr, cum laude. Andrew Jonathan Sprinkle. Abigail Estelle Stacy, summa cum laude. Aiden Neil Stamp. Michael Bartholomew Steiner, cum laude. Bryn Leanne Steinman. Josie Emile Steinman. Clarence Henry Stewart III. Riley Janelle Steinberg. Bradley Winfield Stone.
Wesley Thomas Stone. Camden Blake Storm. Ali Elizabeth Stover, cum laude. Keenan Lauren Strom, magna cum laude. Savance Tobias Suba. Savannah Lee Surrey. Nora Jane Swaim. Charles Franklin Tarr. Grace Meredith Taylor, cum laude. Christian Alexandro Tupila. William Lee Terry. Magdalene Lois Thomas. Markel Kiana Thompson. Violet Noel Thorin. Audrey Jean Thorpe. Maxwell Nemitz Thrun. Antoine Tillman. Joshua Edward Todd. Amber Elizabeth Tolley. Elizabeth Karen Tossi. Julia Marie Toll, cum laude. Cooper James Turner, cum laude. Elena Eileen Turner Cole. Dayton Blaze Tweedy. Alexander Edward Utter, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Kathleen Ukina, cum laude. Michael David Van Camp. Dane Oliver Reiswijk, cum laude. Darius Alexander Van Dyke. Eliana Ashley Vasquez.
Saisui Varsha Venegala, cum laude. Cash Michael Varik. Alexis Rose Vetter. Kai Michael Vetter. Joseph Matthew Viox, summa cum laude. Jaden Anthony Vonner. Catherine Marie Voss, cum laude. Ross Jacob Vucic. Austin Reed Wade. Carly May Wall, cum laude. Ravenaya Rive Wallace. Emily Selenia Walters. Matthew Ryan Wapple, magna cum laude. Case Edward Warner, magna cum laude. Nyla Alexis Watkins. Sloan Marie Watson, magna cum laude. Kaylee Anna Watt. Logan Ashton Weatherly. Catherine Nicole Weems, summa cum laude. Mason Neil Wellhausen. Olivia Catherine Wernex. Sir Donald Michael West. Corbin Reed Wetzel. Jacob Ryan White. Jacob Ryan Wittenberg. Catherine Deborah Wilbraham. Scott Michael Wilfong. Evan J. Wilhelm. Max R. Wilhelm. Aurora Deshay Wilkie.
Trevor William Wilkerson. Cameron Nadine Williams. Marley Renee Williams. Olivia Grace Williams. Walter Zachary Williams. Corinna Michael Winkler, magna cum laude. Alyssa Marie Wise, summa cum laude. Eva Catherine Witt. William Joseph Wojcicki. Orion Storm Wolf. Alacia Camille Woods. Colton James Wright. Derek Matthew Wyatt. Jackson Richard Wiley. Austin Joseph Yamnitz, magna cum laude. Kayla Marie Zahai. Evan Michael Zarzek. Jesse Alva Zawitkowski, summa cum laude. Hanson G. Zeng, summa cum laude. Ian Michael Zimmerman. Alexander William Zinschlag. Anna Grace Zudi, cum laude.
Thank you, Mrs. Kanabi and Mr. Baker, for a job well done. Graduates, please rise. Move your tassels from the right to left. Congratulations to the class of 2024. Family and friends, all I ask is you wait for the graduates to leave before you exit the gym. Congratulations, class of 2024. As we leave here today, go out and do great things.